Hey gals, y'all have probably been wondering when in the world is my True Beauty tutorial coming out. So here it is. I'm super anxious to do this for y'all today. What I have got on my face right now is my foundation, my eye fix, my concealer. I went ahead and did my brows to kind of prime and prep my face for the True Beauty face kit. Nothing says fall more than this face kit. And what I want you to remember is you can always wear this face kit super simply, meaning put one color, second color, and maybe that's it on just your super light, easy, natural kind of days. But then you have the ability to take this face kit and really jazz it up and give you a bold kind of smoky eye. So you are in control of what you want to do with it. Second thing you may be thinking is, that's my blush. It is your blush. Doesn't have much color in it because my thought process and focus here was to keep more of the focus on the eyes and less on the cheek. So more of that kind of bronzy, kind of brown, natural tone cheek, but then I always tend to add my little pop of pink in at the end. So here we go. So the very first color is gonna be this top left color. And like I said, I have my eye fix on here. I'm gonna go into it and blend out right like that. This is with my wash brush. And if you don't know my wash brush, let me know because it's wonderful. Super simple and very easy to apply that very first color with. You're not gonna see much of this color. It's just setting that eye fix and creating that base little layer. So the next thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna use my wet dry brush, probably the most important brush to own. If you don't own it, let me know. And you're gonna take it and you're gonna wet it. At home, I just wet it in my sink. And then I'm gonna tap it off on a towel. Today I'm going to go through each one of these colors, but some days I may decide to go from here down to here, or I'm going to decide to go from here to here. Today I'm going to do them all. So I'm going to go into this color next, and I'm going to start out my lashes and blend up to my crease. Right like that. I like to wet it in between, but you don't have to. Go back into that color. Start right there, up to my crease. It's just a really pretty natural tone. All right, I'm gonna stick with that same brush. I'm gonna wet it again. I'm gonna go down into this color right here. Basically gonna do the same thing. I also want you to remember, with your first application of the color, if you don't feel like you see it enough, apply another layer over it. Your hand is going to do something different than my hand, meaning when you go into this color, you may lightly tap in it and you don't pick up very much color, where I kind of get into it a little bit more. So don't be afraid to layer. So right there, starting to look a bit more alive here. Still very easy. I want it to be easy for you gals. I may take this and run along my bottom little lashes just to give it a little shadowing down there. And if y'all could see me up close, it is not perfect at this point where the light and the dark meet. So that's when I'm going to go back to my wash brush with nothing on it. And right where those two meet, right on my little eye bone, I am going to blend away right there, and it softens all of that little area. So right like that. So on some days, I may go ahead and throw my eyeliner on here, my mascara, and be done. But I'm going to continue on and do something a bit more smoky. I am going to apply my eyeliner at this point because I like to apply it midway. So I'm going to do my waterline first. My faces get funny. Right like that. Right on the top. Right like that. I am then gonna line my top line, which I want y'all to remember, that doesn't have to be perfect either because of the way we're gonna blend it out. So you just wanna make sure you get that depth there with the liner, because we are gonna come back and smoke it out with one of the colors in the True Beauty Face Kit. So, right like that. Got it on. It is not perfect if you could see it up close. This fall in the holiday season, I'm loving wearing my Cleopatra, which is my gold eyeliner. And once again, I take it and I blend along my bottom lashes. So you have your black on your waterline and the gold underneath. And remember, when you first put this on, it's really gold. But then we are going to blend it out with the same eyeshadow that we do on top. All right, this is when I'm going to pull up my Deluxe Crease brush. Some of you may own this if you were part of my subscription box. You all received it in one of those. And so I'm going to wet it, also tap it off on a towel. And I'm going to go into this darkest color because that's what I'm wanting to do today, is create a little bit of a smoky eye. I'm going to use the tip of it, and I'm going to start on the top, and I'm just running across that black eyeliner. And then I kind of, you can see, I kind of pull it up into my arch a little bit. And then I'm going to take it, and I'm going to run across that gold. So you can see that gold peek through, but it's not like you've got a crazy gold eyeliner on underneath. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye using the tip. And I'm going to blend across, right like that. Pull it up. And then run it right along underneath my eye. So, there it is. Still isn't a very dark eye. If you were heading out for something at night and you really wanted to make it dark, you could go back to your wet dry brush, wet it, go back into that color or that color, pick up a little bit more, and just apply it a bit heavier on your eyelid. Remember, layer it. The more you layer, the darker it'll get, the deeper it'll get. And also, don't be afraid to wear a great little smoky eye at night. If you feel like in between your light and your dark that it's just not blended right, doesn't look right, go back to the wash brush and right where the two meet, blend those colors. So guys, we have only used 3 brushes on your eyes. Super, super simple. All right, now at this point, I am going to clean up under my eye a bit. I'll use the tip of my sponge. Every once in a while I have to add a little extra concealer. That is totally fine. Go ahead and do that. I am then going to set it with my little highlighter right here using my blending brush underneath my eye. Right like that. That sets your concealer and gives you a little bit of a highlighted effect underneath there. Right like that. All right. Let's move on and put our mascara on. I'm going to do 2 coats of mascara. This will be a great face kit for year-round if you're someone that likes very natural brown tones. And for some of you, it may be the face kit that you only wear in the fall because you like something a little bit lighter or brighter in the spring. I think I'll probably do a bit of both with it, but I get so excited when I launch my new face kits that I tend to just stick with the new ones. But I could see myself pulling True Beauty out at night for more of an evening time. Also guys, it's fall right now. Some of you may be noticing that maybe your foundation is a bit too dark. And it could be. The funny thing is, with me, in years past, I've actually been able to wear the same color year-round. This year, for some reason, I've needed to go down a lighter shade. So if you ever are looking in the mirror thinking, my foundation might be too dark, chances are it is. All right, we almost got this on. All right, got my mascara on. If I've made any little mess ups, I'm going to take a Q-tip and just blend it off real quick, right like that. Alright, so now we are going to use bronzer. I'm a bronzer wearer all year round. So here we go. Here's my bronzer. I like to use right now my powder brush. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit airier. I don't typically wear powder on a daily basis, but that's just a personal preference. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to really give my cheeks and my forehead some good color. Right, like that. Down along my neckline. This really brings your face alive. And at night, I tend to wear a bit more of it. Maybe I use a little bit more or a heavier brush to make it a little bit more chiseled. But that's going to give you your color right there. All right, before we move on and use the blush in this face kit, I'm going to do my lips real quick. So one of my favorite colors this fall is Buff, and I'm going to line my lips with Curry. All right, like that. All right, I got my lips lined. I'm gonna put my little Buff on. This is just a great nude that has a little bit of a pink undertone to it. All right, just very natural. But I'm not saying some days I will wear a great red, especially during the holidays. All right, so now I'm gonna take my blush brush and I'm gonna go into this blush, the natural tone right there, and I'm gonna really, some years I'll kind of blend it out more. This year I'm liking to take it and do more of a chiseled effect right along my cheekbone like that. And like I said, don't be afraid because you think, well, it's not pink, doesn't have any color. That is kind of the concept behind this blush. All right, and then I'm gonna take my Pop of Pink, gonna go into it, and I'm gonna add that finishing little touch just to brighten up my cheekbones a bit. And that's it. I think I'm done. My hair looking good. So that is True Beauty. For those of y'all that already own it, I hope you've fallen in love with it like I have. And if you haven't, let me know. I can send you out one. It is the perfect face kit for this fall and holiday season and may become your year-round face kit. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial.